I am here to humbly approach you with a nice big bundle of Sonic 2 movie news. You might have seen some of the chasing clips, and I have that, plus some exclusive clips that I dug up. And I am certain you have not seen all of these yet, and you likely won't see them anywhere else. Why? Well, all re-uploads of this clip are getting taken down. The reason I'm able to show it is simply fair use. But let's get back on topic. So when I showed you the info about the filming locations in new areas that we will see in the movie, I didn't show any pictures or video to avoid spoilers, and because there wasn't much to show since filming just begun. But now, I'm seeing the highway chasing clip go kind of viral, and that's just one piece of many that are beginning to pop up. We have a lot of new clips to cover, and before we get through all of them, drop a like and a sub if you're hyped to see me covering all the new Sonic Movie 2 news!
Seriously, the like and sub really helps out.
Alright, here's the full version of the highway chase clip. Interestingly enough, this clip is actually pretty hard to find online by themselves now. In fact, all the scenes are. I could only find weird watermarked re-uploads, but almost everything on Twitter where I initially saw all of this is gone. I was seeing clips of this that were doing really high numbers, but they must have gotten taken down or something because they're all gone. So for many of you, this will be the first and only time you will see all the clips we have so far. The only thing I can't show was a scene from either a drone or up high on a building, showing a different chase that was much shorter where the cars were going extremely slow, waiting for the runaway car before they slowly pursued him.
I got a purple drink, I got the vaccine, yeah. I might mix it up, COVID-9 lean, yeah. I'ma sip it up, bitch, I'm so clean.
The one we have from the ground shot was pretty fast, meaning this missing scene must have been a short dialogue scene, as opposed to the other one that was clearly an action scene, and likely both parts of the same scene. It's much easier to record those type of moments when you're going a slow 20 to 30 mile an hour cruising speed. It was really interesting to see, but I literally can't find this clip anywhere. If you're able to find it, post it in my Discord, which is linked in the description, and I'll give you a big shout out in my next video. We know this is a short dialogue scene because for longer ones, they usually use trailers to pull the cars, meaning this was probably just a few words, since this clip was only about 30 seconds long. Now, there still isn't any spoilers in these clips or pictures. The main reason being that these clips are taken mostly from phones, so no dialogue can be audible. Plus, Sonic's voice will be recorded after the initial filming, leaving out a huge part of any context.
Sometimes I read it, for the first one we did a big table read beforehand, and so we do that, and then I'll record a bunch of my lines beforehand so they can play with it. But I'm the one that sees it on screen, and I get to play with what they've filmed, so I get to really play with that.
That's cool.
So while we can see some of the cast and crew doing their thing, we really don't know the context of what we're seeing, considering the main character isn't a creature that can exist on our fragile mortal plane. Although it would be hilarious if a live-action Ben Schwartz made a cameo as like a waiter in a restaurant or something. That'd be hilarious. So there likely will be spoilers in a month or so, but for now, we're safe. So here's how the chasing clip ties into the story. So we already know the scenes currently being filmed are in Vancouver, Canada. But since we saw the police cruiser, we know that this will take place in the movie in Seattle, Washington. We also saw that an ice cream truck they're using for filming has Washington tags, which further backs this up. I'm really excited for when we see Robotnik again. Last time we saw him, he wasn't looking so great. So we have no idea how he's gonna look the next time we see him. At the end of the last one, the military thanked Tom. So Robotnik is technically on the run from the law. This could mean that he's the one driving in the chasing, especially because it was reported that Jim Carrey and James Marsden were there. Now, when it came time for the actual filming, they blocked off the area for a few blocks down, which is why there isn't a metric ton of new stuff. Most was covered up, except the props like the ice cream machine and hot dog stand, which they must have approved to be seen and out in the public. These productions are very tightly locked down, as this is not Paramount's first rodeo, so the clips we have are mostly from public areas in the day. This could change, however, because yeah, We'll get some photos of people with nice zoom lenses far away or from people in the buildings, but that's about it. Unless someone in the area had a cheap DJI drone and hypothetically went there to get some clips and photos of the set. Something I would never encourage anyone to do and DM to @Sonic_show on Twitter. And I definitely wouldn't set it so the media goes to your phone in case they take your SD card if you were hypothetically caught doing this, which I would not recommend. Last thing I want to bring up is that a lot of people are upset that a majority of the crew isn't wearing masks.
Están haciendo una, y eso que estamos en pandemia, y aquí están filmando.
One thing I would take into consideration is that I'm pretty sure everyone is tested before the filming, and they have to quarantine for 2 weeks prior. As long as it's safe, I don't feel too upset by this. And for all we know, a lot of them have been vaccinated.
I got the vaccine, yeah.
So I would encourage everyone not to jump to conclusions without first knowing what the real situation is. I don't want some angry mob to come at some random film crew over false information. These are the beginning rumblings of what will soon be a massive pipeline of news, as we see more of the crew and get casting information about Tails, Knuckles, and any new characters. I will be here as the largest and fastest growing Sonic channel in the nation. And yeah, we're still streaming the Sonic movie at 1,000 members on Discord, and we're on our way, so go join the Discord right now, double check you're subscribed, and that's it. Peace!
Kill. Ballin' from my room, data bitch on Zoom. Going to the moon, money to the moon, sub count to the moon. Only getting started, bitches call me Reddit.